Hi, my name is Carmen, and I am an early childhood special education teacher, a life and ADHD coach, and I'm the host of this podcast, Authentically ADHD. I created this podcast to help anyone wondering if they have ADHD, people who have been diagnosed for a while and want some more support and community. I'm here to bring you the latest research on ADHD and neurodiversities while we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of ADHD. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Hi, my friend, and welcome back to the podcast. Now, this episode is going to be a little different than what I usually do. I have no script in front of me. There is no specific title or specific, thing that I'm focusing on. I'm just here to give you some laughs, hopefully, some updates on my life, some stories, ADHD stories, things that I think will make you feel, it'll be relatable. It'll make you feel not alone, because guess what? We all go through ADHD moments, days, sometimes even whole weeks. So, are you ready? Let's get started. So, as I say in my introduction, I am an early childhood special education teacher. I work for a district, so I do the school year, district year-round schedule, right? I have the summers, quote-unquote, off. I still work, most teachers do, and usually during the summer, I am coaching and tutoring. I have a certification in life coaching, and I focus on coaching adults who have mental illness or struggle with, ADHD, just anything really mental illness related. And then I also coach parents that have children who have special needs. I also coach parents and teach parents that have special needs and or have kids with special needs. And I tutor. So I do wear a lot of different hats. Now, I can say that I did schedule my summer really, really well. And I did my routine, back into school. And, it worked. The best that it can work, though. I was still, absolutely just hung over yesterday. Not from alcohol. I don't drink. But here's the thing, I was mentally and emotionally and just all of the things overloaded. I opened my computer, my work computer, and I instantly started to get a headache. So I decided to switch my days. Usually on Saturdays, I'll do work for school or work, whatever. And Sundays, I will clean. So yesterday, I decided, let's switch it up. Let's clean today and do work stuff tomorrow, which is what I plan to do today. Today is Sunday. Today is a Sunday. It's actually the 18th, and I've recorded so many episodes before this that you'll probably be hearing this sometime in September and being like, okay, wow. Or who knows, maybe I'll just release this early as a bonus episode. Anyways, as I go off on an ADHD tangent, do you feel related to yet? I hope so. So here's a funny story from cleaning yesterday. After I had cleaned the shower, I noticed that the water coming out was really, really hot. Now, I've said it before, but I do live at my parents' house still, and there's nothing to be ashamed about with that. I have ADHD, and I've tried to move out twice, and, didn't go well the first 2 times, so I'm back. And my dad just recently put in a new water heater, right? So I go down there and I look at it, and the light is red, the little, status light, and everything that I can see on the water heater says, if this light is red, turn it off, turn it off, danger, danger. So I turn it off, right? I can't figure out, and I'm following the directions, you guys, and I'm like, I cannot figure out how to turn this thing back on. Did I break it? Like, my dad literally drove home with this, like, this past week, okay, and installed it and got it working, and they are camping. They're away. So I was, like, trying to call my dad, and my brother is here, so I was, like, asking him to text my dad, and then my dad calls him back and is like, why does she need hot water right now? And I said, I mean, I didn't say this. My brother said, I don't think she needs hot water right now. I think that she thinks that she really messed up and broke the water heater, so she wants you to help her get it back on, so she's not worrying about, like, did she break it or whatever. So he calls me and he gives me the directions, and I got it on. Woohoo! But, like, that's just one small example of an ADHD spiral, that things that I still go down. I still do that. I still follow my brain down these terrible thought loops that make me feel like I just messed everything up. What did I do? Right? Okay, so I also, I had to make some parent phone calls on Friday, this past week. I don't remember when. I dialed one of the numbers, and, you know, I said, hi, this is Miss Carmen calling for so-and-so's parent. I heard kids in the background, I thought, but the person said to me, I don't have children, and hung up on me. And I just felt very offended. Well, I rechecked the number that I dialed versus the number that was on the sheet, and I mixed up two of the numbers in the phone number, so I didn't actually call the right person, you know. That's why we call with minimal information. We use a first name, like, you know, child's parent, just in case we dial the number wrong. Now, that doesn't happen to a lot of people, but it happens to me quite a bit. I'm actually starting to think that I have, like, a slight dyslexia issue. I think that's the one with numbers. I don't really know. Expect this to be kind of a tangenty episode. But let me tell you, if you are not a teacher or you're not in the field of helping others, something that I really try to do during the year is make sure that I don't get compassion fatigue. That is one of the major things, and I don't know why, but that just came to my head. But another thing about being a teacher and having ADHD is the first week of going back, especially for this early grade. The first week is all about training, sitting in meetings. You get like a day to set up, meet and greet, and then, you know, before you know it, the week's over, and you got to have that room. You better hope that room is ready for Monday. What I've learned is what's ready is going to be ready. You can't get it all done. This goes for neurotypical and neurodivergent individuals. We are humans. We are not robots. And now that I'm looking at the time of this episode, I think I am going to release it as a bonus episode, but it's going to pre-release on the Patreon. So go check that out if you want released episodes early and so many resources that I've made for myself and for other clients. So back to with ADHD. So that's a lot of overwhelm. There's a lot of organization. Now, because I have to keep track of my parent contact, right? So when I contact a parent, I have to keep track of that. I have to mark it down in 2 or 3 different places. I have to make a file for each of the children that are going to be in my class. We need expectations and visuals posted for kids who speak a different language at home. Actually, I feel that all preschoolers are English language learners, so we have visuals all around because kids can't read and they are still learning English. So having a visual to pair with a word helps them learn faster. But it's a lot of work on the back end. Setting up my circle time with the minimal amount of distractions. Setting up, getting everything up that I need to state standards. It is a lot. It is a lot. And people who don't like teaching, they don't last long in the profession because it's a lot and it's hard. And I don't know one teacher that's gotten in it for the pay, y'all. I don't think that's a thing unless, you know, I don't know. Maybe that is somewhere in the world, but not where I am. So this week has been full of emotion. I had some visits from some students from years past, and I got to meet my new students, and I got to see the students that I'll be having again this year. And overall, it was a great week, but even great weeks can cause that hangover that you need cognitive and mental rest, especially so that today I'm able to sit down and do those files and make sure my lesson plan is ready to go. And most importantly, mentally prepare myself with a growth and positive mindset for the first week of school. The reason I got into teaching, coaching, and podcasting was to help people have a more positive experience with these things. So with school, I didn't like school. So I'm a teacher, and especially in this early grade, the early childhood, it's the earliest you can get into school, baby. And I want it to be as positive as possible for these kiddos. I want them to feel like school is a fun place to be, somewhere where it's safe, somewhere where somebody cares about me there. Somebody wants to see me grow. Somebody is interested in who I am. So those are the things that keep me going, even though I know that I do need to take days to rest. And if you want to learn more about staying out of burnout, I have an entire free course on my Patreon page. So go check it out. The link is in the show notes. I'm really happy that I got to share some of my thoughts with you guys today. If you liked this episode and would like more of this kind of content, please comment below either on YouTube or on Spotify in the little comment box, or just send me a DM over on Instagram or something. All right, that's all I have for now. Stay authentic, friends, and we will talk soon.
Speaking of extra supports, I just wanted to tell you all that I've updated my Patreon page to include all of the resources that I've really ever made to be held in one place. Just head to my show notes. The VIP members do get a little extra, but you can also purchase like my brand new Ultimate ADHD Journal and Planner, which I've been using for the past year. That has worked. Nothing is priced over $10, and everything is at least 50 to 100 pages that you can download and print. You can get it to bind it and sent to you, or you can just read it off your screen and use notebook paper. So if you want or need any type of that kind of extra support, just head to my show notes and click the Patreon link to join. I hope to see you in there.